Keemstar is a cunt.
That sacred motion, my dear.
In all seriousness, the events that have unfolded over the past few days have been genuinely tragic. For those unaware, Desmond, better known as Nintendo YouTuber Etika, passed away after committing suicide. His death came under a long line of mental health struggles and public mental breakdowns, and it's incredibly sad to lose someone from the community in such a horrific way. However, today, I want to talk about the way Etika's mental breakdown was handled and covered by the public, specifically by fellow creators, notably by Keemstar. Today, I think it's about time we talk about responsibility on YouTube. Etika's mental health has clearly been an issue, a public issue, for a long time. It didn't take a genius to figure out that the dude was clearly struggling with some amalgamation of issues. We can see his erratic behaviour, likely influenced by bipolar disorder, as far back as October 2018. We uploaded not safe for work content to his YouTube account to purposefully get it banned, talking about how it was his turn to die alongside other horrific cryptic messages. Yet there was an air of disbelief and suspicion. Numerous people just assumed that this was all solely to grab attention and it was some kind of ARG and just shrugged it off. Yet of all people, Keemstar seemed to actually understand that this was different and that something was going on. That Etika was acting even more erratically than usual. Please take note of this. Let's flash forward a few months to April 2019. Etika's mental state has only degraded further, with him seemingly losing touch of reality. He's randomly tweeting out slurs, claiming that food and sleep are lies to prevent us becoming gods, and hinting at suicide. Keemstar saw this, scoffed, and tweeted, "Dear Etika, normally I would say stop going crazy, but there's no news going on, so go full July 15th, baby." Etika's actions as a result became more and more erratic, with him starting to randomly block anyone who would question his actions or what he was tweeting, including numerous prevalent members of the community. This breakdown actually culminated in Etika being forcefully restrained by the police and taken into a mental institution, only to be released hours later. It was around this time that Keemstar decided to interview Etika, uploading a 20-minute video entitled Etika Interview after being arrested by police. #drama alert, brackets, shocking. The video clearly shows that Etika is distressed and not in a good mental state whatsoever.
Sometimes it sucks looking in the mirror, doesn't it? Doesn't it hurt, Keemstar? It hurts when you feel the same thing that you've done to other people. Doesn't it hurt?
In the mirror 20 minutes after it happened. 20 minutes after it happened. When did you look into the mirror?
Weakling. Record this and put it on Drama Alert at 12 tonight.
I'm recording it right now. Oh my God, what a that job.
With him supposedly rage quitting the interview and instantly blocking Keemstar on Twitter afterwards. Naturally, Keemstar took to Twitter, calling Etika, someone who he knows has clear mental health issues, weak. Now, I don't know if I really need to point this out, but when you've just sat down and interviewed someone who is clearly in the midst of a mental breakdown, who is on the edge of suicide, you don't call them weak for bowing out of a situation in which they don't feel comfortable. This isn't the first time Keem has refused to take mental health seriously either. Far from it. There have been many instances of him calling people with mental health issues weak, acting like they're not a real thing. For most people, this would just be a shitty thing to say, a bad take that you could shrug off. But Keemstar isn't most people. He's Keemstar. He's someone with almost 3 million followers on Twitter. He has a certain sense of responsibility, and part of this responsibility is to, not mock and belittle those suffering from mental health issues. But this isn't just Keem's shitty stance on mental health issues, it's him directly provoking Etika, directly egging him on to go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole of his mental breakdown, saying to go full July 15th, also that he can make more money off of the situation through Drama Alert. Because really, that's all this is. Keem treated Etika as a spectacle, comparing the events to something that would occur in a film. Because of course he would. Why would he take it seriously? By dramatising the situation, he can create more of a buzz, and make more money off of it through Drama Alert. Hey, look at this crazy dude having a mental breakdown, attracts a much bigger crowd than hey, this dude is suffering from severe mental health issues, let's go help him. Keem knows this. The problem is that Keem understood the severity of the situation. He clearly saw this wasn't Etika just being Etika from the start. He knew this was more. He directly addresses the fact that Desmond may have actually killed himself. Yet still, he refuses to take it seriously, choosing to mock him and meme about the situation, pinning the blame on him, all in the same tweet, rather than reaching out to help. It wasn't until Etika uploaded his final video, which many are considering to be a suicide note, that Keem suddenly did a U-turn. It could be argued that Keem suddenly did have a change of heart, and it was all sincere, and that he understood the severity of the situation. Maybe, but that doesn't change anything he said before, calling Etika weak, mocking those with mental health issues, directly egging on Etika's mental breakdown so that he could make a profit. I don't think this U-turn is sincere. I don't think it is at all. I feel that Keem realised that if Etika actually does die, he needs to cover his tracks as best as possible. And the best way to do this? Acting as if he always cared. Acting as if he always tried to do the best for his homie. Which, for lack of a better term, is bullshit. Please don't get me wrong, I can't fault what Keem is saying or what he is doing. Him trying to help with Etika's memorial and everything he's doing is genuinely good, it's genuinely nice. But there's a difference between taking responsibility for your actions and trying to cover them up. These are actions that played a part in encouraging someone's mental breakdown and then suicide. Trying to cover up your actions by acting as if you always cared is not taking responsibility. But maybe I'm just being too harsh. Maybe Keem is actually being somewhat selfless this time. I mean, he hasn't really seemed to make this about himself. Oh, never mind. Keem is so inwardly obsessed with himself and his business that he genuinely seems detached from reality. He had no care leading up to Etika's death, and directly egged on his mental breakdown so that he could make a profit off of it, and now he's gone. Keem's actions were nothing short of disgusting, and him deflecting criticism and refusing to take any responsibility for his actions is revolting, especially when he's doing it by making it all about himself. Look after your friends. Take mental health seriously, and f*** who don't.